Hello, welcome to the InRetrospect. I'll be going over the 5 games that I just played in the Offworld Trading Company Newcomers tournament, going over them and going over what I thought while playing them as the general idea. I'll be using the UI Plus mod, so that way it's easier for you to follow what's going on. So first thing I see is it's a power colony. I don't really do much about that as maybe early as I should. I also notice glass is high, which kind of puts me off the glass factions. I see this, what looks like a decent nomad spot, as well as over here, that those two combined make a pretty good nomad spot. A robot would do pretty well in here. And then there's the scavenger here, and you could maybe throw an expansive down in here, though that's kind of tough because you're far away from water. Unfortunately, it's all over on the other side of the map. So let's quickly get through the debt stage, the reverse auction of this game. I don't found as early as I should. I found a bit late. I think I wasted 10-20 seconds there at the start. And I guess the first thing that I found out after I had played this game is that a high next to a low, the two elemental mines will make more than 2 separate highs because of the adjacency bonus. That is something at this time I did not know. I buy an early bribe claim, grab a second aluminum. I was kind of annoyed that I lost this aluminum while founding over here, which is why I should have found it sooner, but that's not that big of a deal. So I'm just waiting at this point for resources to upgrade. Get my upgrade. I go into more silicon because I felt like I was slow with the amount of silicon I was getting. And then I go into 2 glass kilns to make some money to sell to get my electronics, so I can upgrade faster. Not much else going on at this point. I decided to change where I put the glass kiln for some reason. Or yeah, that's right. I wanted to build a triangle of glass kilns for production instead of just 2 glass kilns. I probably should have thought about that sooner so I didn't have to reclaim the tile. I didn't have to use a return to claim to do that, but it would have been smarter to have waited or thought ahead of it there. I let this claim go for too little. I just wasn't paying attention. I grab water because I figure water is going to be high this game, and then I go for 2 geothermals because geotherms are going to be, power is going to be high, and geotherms as nomad I feel like are cheaper than for other factions when I'm playing as nomad, and then I can also just return the tiles later if I feel like I don't want the geothermals anymore. So I buy a goon for 1 geothermal. I wish I had bought, later on in this game, had bought a goon for this geothermal, and we'll see that coming up later. While I'm doing these, I won't be covering what other people are doing too much. I will be more so focused on what I'm thinking at the time while playing this game, so I won't be focusing on the other players as much, except while I'm using black markets and commenting on that. So I get up to HQ4. I decided to go for more silicon because silicon's starting to get a bit high. I think it's mostly because of Ian. And then I've got these 2 claims. I should build 2 farms, and I should build them just going outward in these 2 places. And the other 2 claims that I got on this KHQ, I go for a patent lab, and I go for an optimization center, and another free claim. At this point, I think I'm kind of at the point where I don't really know what to do with my claims, so that's why I have these 2 claims. I've there were a lot of claims thrown around this game. So I don't really know what to be doing with my claims. I decided to build a hacker array. I don't really do much with this hacker array, and honestly, that was another private claim. I forget what that actually. No, that's right. I swapped out one of my glass kilns for this other farm, and this is why I should have built farms this way. So this, I could have made a triangle here instead of doing some weird stuff you'll see on later. It gets a bit messy over here. I decided, okay, if I'm just gonna get that, I'm just gonna not use that tile, and I do. I forget what I do with this tile. At this point, I should probably go for another geothermal, which I don't think I do till HQ5, or no. Sorry, excuse me. I private claim here at HQ4 and then build another geothermal. But yeah, this geothermal plant gets mutinied quite heavily, which is why I wish I had bought a goon for it. Yeah, these glass kilns I should swap out, and yeah, I grabbed this tile finally. So that way these, I don't have to ship these, not that big of a thing, but still. I'm hacking silicon because I think I saw at this point I was the only person, or next to the only person with silicon incoming, or yeah. And I have a huge stockpile, so I decided to hack up silicon. I still have this wasted claim that I'm not doing anything with. I don't really know at this point what to be doing with it, because I can't put a water pump on it. These aren't making any money, and these aren't making any money, so this tile's just sitting here for now, just making it so I don't have to pay fuel cost. So I could probably do better with that. Here at EMP, who I think is my competitor in this game because it's expansive at HQ5 before I get to HQ5 as an LMAD, which is not something you'd like to see. But here I finally go for the third geotherm, which I probably should have gotten earlier because power has stayed well above 150 for quite a while in this game, which is unusual, and I probably could have made quite a bit off power money this game. So here I'm at HQ5. I figure, okay, I'm gonna go into a bunch of chemicals, because chemicals at the end of the game start to get expensive. I bid on this claim, which was a bit of a mistake. I feel like I could have made more power money, and I already don't know what to be doing with my claims, so I feel like that's a bit of a mistake. This glass kiln could be a water pump, or an aluminum mine, or a farm, or something better. Instead it's just sitting here, making me a measly amount of money. I start returning my silicon because I have the silicon that I need, and while I will need silicon for Offworlds, I don't need that much silicon, so I return the silicon that I claimed earlier. I start optimizing food, and yeah, this hacker array that I got off this auction is just sitting here doing nothing. I should be doing something with it. I could probably be surplusing electronics, because I'll want electronics for off-world markets. I could also be surplusing glass, but I am producing a tiny bit of glass. I finally start hacking up chemicals, because I think I see that no one else is in chemicals at this point. Or except Ian, I guess. Maybe I missed that, I don't remember exactly. So I'm just kind of going along here. I figure, okay, Offworlds, they're 40k, they're 40k launches, so I want to get Offworld, so I go for thinking machines. I grab carbon scrubbing because I don't want to have to claim a low, some low carbons, and carbons, it's kind of annoying to have to ship carbon, I find, as a nomad, usually because you don't have that many claims. I do have this high carbon that I'm slant drilling for just money, so I can just sell the money that I'm making off, or the carbon that I'm getting off of it. And then the slant drilling I got so I don't have, or so that I've got a bunch of high water tiles here, slant drilling off of this high water. At this point, I should be rotating these aluminum mines, but I just forget about these aluminum mines for pretty much the rest of the game. They aren't actually making me 61 because I have 1,000 excess aluminum. That's not gonna go anywhere. At this point, I should be EMPing. So I'm gonna hack up power because power stayed high and there's not enough people producing power, so I figure, okay, I'll hack up power. What I should also be doing that I don't do with this hack later is, I should EMP Ian's power, but I don't do it as quickly as I should. And then that geothermal gets mutinied again. That will be a recurring theme throughout this game. Thinking machine's almost done. Again, I still have 2 claims that I don't know what to be doing with. And now I've got 3 claims because I got that iron tile there for 7k, which is cheap. This is essentially a 7k claim for a Nomad. I do eventually go into triple electrolysis reactors, which I'll start making money off of. Hack up power here in a bit, but if I remember correctly, I don't EMP his solar panels after doing so, which I should do. I start auto-selling those because other people are making them. This right here is kind of awkward. This should either be 2 glass kilns or 2 farms, and I get another claim that I don't really know what to do with, so this should probably be, a triangle of glass kilns. For some reason, I forget this farm is here. It just stays there. Does nothing. There's my first Offworld. I should be selling this aluminum and should be getting out of these aluminum mines. I should be optimizing as well, but I think at this point, I think I didn't have, for a little bit there, I don't think I had the money to optimize. But now I'm sitting again with another claim that I don't really know what to do with, and I've hacked up power, and you'll see I don't EMP these solar panels for a while. It is nighttime right now, but later I don't end up EMPing them when day does come, which I should do. I hacked down electronics again because I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna be building another Offworld, so here I should be EMPing these solar panels, but I'm thinking, and there I EMP them. I'm going to be building another Offworld, so I'll surplus electronics so that way it's cheaper, and then I build my second Offworld before waiting for the surplus to finish. I should also be rotating out of these 2, or at least probably out of this silicon, or this elemental mine, because again, it's only at 50, and I already have a stockpile of 1,000, so that's just kind of rotting away. But I think at this point it's kind of the same reoccurring theme throughout this game. I don't know what to be doing with my tiles. I finally scrapped those aluminum mines. Took me long enough. Don't care about this teleportation auction. I'm not teleporting any materials, so. I'm shortaging power again. I'm going to attempt to make some power money. Right now I'm not making power money because this geothermal finally got mutinied. This was the one that gooned. It got broken with an EMP, so then I got gooned. Don't really care. Oh no, I guess I miss out on this class money, but at this point I figure I'm fairly safe. I've got a good stockpile of cash. I've got most of my shares. Ian, at this point, is my competitor. I would say he's probably in first place, and I'm in second, but here the third and fourth place players are, well, at least probably the third place player is attacking the fourth place player, and then Ian decides to go into them, and this person decides to buy up one of my shares. I don't know why. So yeah, I start making a bit of power money with the 3 geothermals that I have. No, I guess I only have 2 because this one's still changed. I will have 3 shortly. I'd short some water even though other people have a fair bit of water coming in, but I figure I probably have the biggest stockpile. And here, Ian needs my water pump. Bothers me because I now have to ship. But besides that, doesn't really affect me. And this geothermal gets me again. I should be selling the silicon and then getting out of these elemental quarries, but I just sit here with $72, $80 silicon and a bunch of it. I'm not doing anything with it. Got both my Offworlds up and running. There aren't holograms, so I know that no one else has any Offworlds going, so with 34k launches, I feel pretty good about this. I've got thinking machines, mutinies are already at 50k, and there's not really much else. Yeah, I should be EMPing these solar panels a bit more, because he has superconductor as well. Yeah, I start making money here. I short chems while also auto-selling chems, which I probably shouldn't be doing. I forget why I'm doing that. Yeah, this hacker array was... Sure, I can bid on it, but then just return the claim, because I don't think I did much effective with that hacker array. And finally, these become farms. Again, this tile should be reclaimed and should be moved. Could move it here, or I should just pick up these silicon tiles and move them. $100 silicon and a whole bunch of it. For some reason, it takes me a while to put this farm down. I don't know why. Yeah, I've got 4 high water pumps because it's land drilling, which is really nice. So at this point, I'm just kind of building my stockpile of cash. I still view Ian as my biggest threat. The others have a little bit of money, but not much. Sorry about the extraneous noises moving. I think I finally sell a bit of my silicon, and I finally do return one of my this low silicon, but I should also return this high silicon down here because I don't really need any. I start stockpiling my chemicals and hacking them up again, because I think I saw that no one else was in chemicals. Yeah, no one else was in chemicals at the time, so that was a good move on my part, I think. I started buying... I had bought these 2 stocks in blue because I figured I felt pretty safe at this point in the game where I was, because I think Ian was buying into St. Just, and they had a fair bit of debt, so I figure I can just hold on to these stocks and use them for later when I need to buy out blue, and I figure that even having these 2 stocks, I'll be able to safely buy out Ian without too much threat, because he doesn't have any Offworlds at this moment. And I'm not picking up the 20k bribe claims because I don't know what to be doing with my extra claims. For quite a bit this game, I feel like I've got too many claims, and I don't really know what to be doing with them, so that's why I'm not buying the cheap bribe claim that's on the market. And yeah, I had started buying to Ian because I figured, okay, I'll buy it Ian, that'll give me the other sub in St. Just. My optimization center could be improving chems or something, maybe improving electronics. I'm continuing to hack up chemicals, as I see no one else is in chemicals yet. Ian does start to get into chemicals, and that's I sell before this hack finishes, and I also cancel this hack, so because 2 other players started moving into chems. So That was a good thing on my part. I do optimize chemical scan though, because chemicals are still making me a fair bit of money. I built this wind turbine earlier to make some more power money. At this point, I should be auto-selling power again. I also did have the 100% on Ian for a while there. I had known that, but I figured I can safely just wait until my Offworld finishes launching instead of canceling my Offworld launch and selling the food that I had to get to buy, just so I make more money sooner off my Offworlds for the next buy. I mistakenly buy into St. Just. I don't need to do that here. I think I also end up buying my 4th stock, which I also shouldn't do. I should be selling my stock to buy out this person sooner, because the tiebreakers are how quickly you bought other people out. I finally go into some electronics, and the game is essentially over at this point, so we're just gonna go blazing just to finish off this game. And yeah, I should be auto-selling power. I think here shortly I finally start selling that in stock. And yeah, these silicon, 2K silicon, with still some, hey look, another claim. I think I end this game with 30 claims as a nomad, which is kind of ridiculous, I think. Yeah, and yeah, here I start selling my claims, or my stock finally to buy out products. Sooner, I could probably safely sell out my 5th claim and leave myself vulnerable to majority, but that's fine. My Offworlds finish soon enough, and I win my first game.